You wake up this morning, the sun is just breaking through the clouds. You decide to walk past your vegetables before breakfast, like you do every single day. But today, something stops you dead in your tracks. Right there in front of you are two identical plots. You planted them on the same morning. You used seeds from the same packet. The soil came from the same bag. Yet one looks like it belongs in a magazine. The vines are climbing everywhere, the fruits are hanging so heavy the stakes are bending. The other plant, just a few meters away, looks tired. The leaves are drooping, the color is fading into yellow, the morning dew just sits there, not being absorbed. You stand there wondering, is it the earth beneath them? Could there be something hidden in the soil that one plant found and the other missed? Is there some kind of trick nobody told you about? Or is it simply luck? This moment is exactly why you need to watch this entire video. What Adam Grove is about to reveal comes from science, history, and the real experiences of gardeners just like you. If you appreciate practical knowledge that actually works, please hit that subscribe button right now. We are building something special here at Backyard Crops. New videos drop every single week. Don't miss what comes next. The difference between these two plants is not accident. It is not magic. It is understanding one specific ingredient that the fertilizer industry, worth hundreds of billions of dollars, does not want you to know about. Why? Because this ingredient cannot be packaged in a fancy bottle. It cannot sit on a warehouse shelf for months. It cannot be sold at premium prices with glossy marketing. This ingredient is alive. It breathes, it ferments, it grows. And once you understand how to use it, your entire garden transforms. Most gardeners spend money on products that promise the world. Expensive bottles, shiny packaging, celebrity endorsements, chemical compounds with names nobody can pronounce. Yet, year after year, the results remain ordinary. The plants grow, the fruits come, but something is missing. The vigor, the abundance, the feeling that your garden is absolutely thriving instead of just surviving. The reason is simple. Modern commercial fertilizers are dead. They're salts and chemicals created in factories. When you pour them on soil, you are not feeding your plants. You are feeding a chemical reaction. Your plants extract whatever nutrients they can grab, but the soil itself never comes alive. The earth remains empty. It becomes dependent. It weakens. It loses structure. This is why season after season your soil needs more chemicals, more additions, more intervention. It becomes a treadmill that never stops. Before we go deeper, if this is making sense to you, please leave a comment down below. Tell us what frustrates you most about gardening. Are you tired of poor harvests? Are you spending too much on supplies? Is your soil getting worse instead of better? Your stories matter. They help us create better content. They help other gardeners know they are not alone. But there is another way, a way that works with nature instead of against it, a way that rebuilds your soil instead of draining it, a way that costs less than a cup of coffee but produces results that look impossible. Centuries ago, farmers did not have chemistry. They did not have university degrees in agriculture. They had observation. They had patience. They had soil that was alive because they understood something crucial. Life grows life. Dead things do not create abundance. Living things do. In the mountain villages of Korea, farmers would gather ingredients from their kitchens. They would combine them. They would let them ferment. They would watch as the mixture bubbled and transformed. Then they would pour it on their soil and watch their harvests explode. In the English countryside, gardeners understood fermentation long before anyone called it science. They would prepare special teas from plants. They would let them develop that distinctive foam that rises to the surface. They would smell the unmistakable scent of biological activity. Then they would use it season after season and pass down the knowledge to their children. During the Soviet era, when commercial fertilizers were impossible to find, gardeners in dacha communities kept handwritten books, secret notebooks filled with recipes and techniques passed from neighbor to neighbor. These gardeners with zero access to factory products still grew incredible vegetables. They still had abundance. How? They understood the principle of return. You must return life to the soil if you want life to come back to you. And here's where it gets exciting. Modern science is finally catching up to what farmers knew all along. Controlled research shows crops treated with living biological solutions produce between 20 and 30% higher yields than untreated crops. Sugar beets showed sugar content increases up to 43%. These are not small improvements, these are transformations. The ingredient you have been searching for has been in your kitchen the entire time. The answer is so ordinary that you will laugh when you hear it. It is active dry yeast, the exact same Saccharomyces cerevisiae that makes your bread rise on Sunday morning, that takes flour and water and transforms it into something warm and fluffy and beautiful. But in your garden, yeast does something completely different. It doesn't just fertilize, it activates, it awakens. It becomes a biological engine that supercharges everything happening beneath the soil. When you introduce yeast to your soil, you are not just adding another product. You are releasing billions upon billions of microscopic workers into the earth. These are living cells, ready to go to work. And what they do next will change how you think about your garden forever. Scientists recently identified something called rhizophagy. This is crucial to understand. Your roots are not passive. They are not quiet drinkers sipping water like a shy guest at a party. They are hunters. They are active. They are intentional. They are surprisingly fierce. When yeast cells are present in the soil near your roots, something remarkable happens. The root cells actually pull living yeast cells inside themselves. They digest them. They break them down into proteins, into vitamins, into minerals. It's like your plant suddenly switched from sipping weak broth to tearing into a full, hearty meal. Your vegetables are not just getting fed, they are getting supercharged. But the benefits expand even further. Yeast cells release signal molecules. In the plant world, these are the green lights. They are the traffic signals that say go, grow, expand. These signals instruct your roots to branch more aggressively, to grow deeper, to thicken their networks. Suddenly, your plant has a massive underground system pulling in water and nutrients far more efficiently than it ever did before. Deeper roots mean stronger plants. Stronger plants mean heavier harvests. Heavier harvests means that feeling you get when you step back and see what you created. Here's what most people miss about yeast. They focus on growth. They focus on bigger fruits. They focus on more abundance. All true, all real. But the most underrated gift is something else entirely: protection. When yeast colonizes the soil around your roots, it does something profound. It crowds out the bad actors, the pathogens, the diseases that wait in soil to destroy your plants. Root rot, wilt, fungal infections that can wipe out an entire season's work. It works like a biological shield, a natural armor surrounding your plants, an immune system working silently below the surface where you cannot see it. Your plants are being defended without you even knowing it is happening. While everything appears calm on the surface, beneath your feet, an entire workforce is clocking in, spreading out, multiplying, feeding your plants, defending them, all simultaneously. This is not just plant nutrition, this is plant empowerment, a real partnership between the soil and the gardener. If you have ever lost plants to disease, if you have ever watched rot destroy what you worked so hard to grow, please share this video with someone who needs this knowledge. They are out there right now, frustrated, thinking it is their fault. Help them understand it is not fault, it is just information they did not have yet. Sharing is how we build this community stronger. Now comes the part where you actually make this work. Do not worry, this is simple, quick, costs only a few cents, yet what you create can transform your entire growing operation from struggling to thriving. The base mixture. Start with a clean jar or container that holds at least 1 liter. Into that jar, add 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. Do not panic if the packet says it expired months ago. These organisms are far tougher than the label suggests. Next, add 2 tablespoons of granulated white sugar. The sugar is not food for your plants, it is fuel for the yeast. It is the spark that wakes them up. It is what sets their biological engine into motion. Pour in 1 full liter of warm water. This step is more important than anything else. The water should feel like a gentle bath, warm to the touch, never hot. Too much heat kills the yeast, too much cold puts them back to sleep. This warmth is the invitation they need to wake up, stretch, and begin their work. Stir everything until the sugar dissolves completely. You will notice the mixture becoming cloudy, taking on a soft beige color. This is the beginning, the activation stage. Cover the jar but only loosely, never seal it tight. Fermentation releases carbon dioxide. If that gas has nowhere to escape, pressure builds. The container can actually burst like a firecracker. A simple resting lid is all you need. Place the jar on your kitchen counter. It needs at least 2 hours to wake up. But if you want the full transformation, leave it overnight. Give it 12 hours to build strength, to multiply, to ferment. In the morning, you'll see it, a thick, creamy layer of foam rising across the surface, just like the head on a freshly poured glass of beer. That foam is proof, clear and undeniable. You have created a living ecosystem. Tiny organisms are multiplying, breathing, fermenting, preparing to feed your plants in ways no store product ever could. This is where the magic truly begins. This is where your garden's transformation actually starts. Your concentrated mixture is powerful, far too powerful to pour directly on your garden. If you apply it straight, the intensity of the biological activity can overwhelm your delicate roots. It can actually cause damage instead of help. This is where many gardeners make a critical mistake. Listen carefully. Follow the golden ratio. Fill a bucket with 5 gallons of room temperature water. If your tap water comes out cold, let it sit for a few hours until it warms naturally. Remember, cold water can shock the yeast and reduce their activity before they even reach the soil. Once the bucket is full, gently pour in 1 liter of your activated concentrate. As it mixes, you are creating a perfectly balanced solution, strong enough to awaken your plants, gentle enough to protect them. Stir the mixture thoroughly using a clean stick. Ensure the thriving microorganisms are evenly distributed throughout the water. How to use it. When watering at the base, give each plant roughly 1 cup of the solution. It doesn't take much for the yeast to begin working. You can also use it as a foliar spray. Pour the diluted mixture into a clean spray bottle and mist the leaves lightly. The film of yeast resting on the surface acts as a protective barrier. It helps shield your plants from mold, rot, and leaf diseases. The ideal rhythm is once every 7 to 14 days. That's the sweet spot. More is not better. These are living organisms. Your soil needs time to incorporate them before the next application. Always apply early in the morning or later in the evening when the sun is gentle and the leaves are cool. Never apply in midday heat. The sudden moisture and bright sun can scorch leaves, causing them to curl and burn. Treat this golden ratio with respect, and it will reward your garden with strength, vigor, and growth far beyond what chemical fertilizers can deliver. Now, here's where things get really interesting. If you are the kind of gardener who looks at a good harvest and thinks, how do I make this absolutely incredible? Then this section is for you. There are 3 simple household additions that take this living tonic from powerful to extraordinary. These are secrets passed quietly from gardener to gardener, wisdom you will not find printed on any fertilizer label. Addition number 1, wood ash. Just 1 or 2 cups from a clean fireplace. It must be dry, never damp. You instantly enrich the mixture with potassium. Potassium is the mineral of movement and strength. It helps plants pull water through their tissues more efficiently. It strengthens stems. It builds fruits that are firm, heavy, and deeply flavorful. This is the difference between a tomato that is merely red and a tomato that tastes like summer itself. The difference between ordinary and memorable. Addition number 2, Epsom salt. Just a single tablespoon of this humble crystal. It holds magnesium, the very heart of the chlorophyll molecule. Without magnesium, leaves pale and weaken. With magnesium, those same leaves turn deep, rich green, like solar panels ready to catch every ray of sunlight. It brings color back to tired plants, energy back to struggling ones, confidence back to gardeners wondering what went wrong. Addition number 3, crushed eggshell powder. 2 tablespoons is all it takes. When finely ground, eggshells become one of the most bioavailable sources of calcium you can give your garden. Calcium fortifies the very walls of plant cells. It helps them grow strong, crisp, and resilient. But here is where the magic truly unfolds. The gentle acidity created during yeast fermentation helps break down the eggshells. It releases that calcium immediately, right when your plants need it most. For tomatoes, this can be the saving grace that prevents blossom and rot, a heartbreaking disease that ruins fruit just as it begins to ripen. With this mixture, the calcium reaches the plant in time, and your harvest remains whole. When these three ingredients come together in your 5-gallon mixture, they do not just boost growth, they transform it. Suddenly, your garden is not surviving, it's thriving. It's producing fruit with the weight and sweetness of a season twice as long. It's turning ordinary soil into something close to living gold. Make sure you subscribe to Backyard Crops right now so you never miss recipes, techniques, and growing strategies. Hit that notification bell so the moment we upload new content, you know about it. And please share this with someone who needs a gardening breakthrough. Does this method actually work, or is it just a charming story passed around in gardening communities? The numbers give us the answer. The numbers speak loudly. In controlled trials, wheat and sugar beets treated with yeast solutions produce harvests 20 to 30% higher than untreated crops. That's not subtle. That's the kind of leap that changes a season. Sugar beets specifically showed sugar content surging as much as 43%. Imagine what that means for sweetness. Imagine what it means for fruit quality, energy, and plant vitality. Beyond the laboratory, where real gardeners work with real soil, the stories are even more striking. One gardener reported their eggplants grew to nearly 4 times their usual size in just 3 weeks after a single application. Another watched their cucumber vines race upward, stretching to nearly 6 feet tall in just days. Vibrant, sturdy, almost shockingly productive. But here's the real truth. You do not need to trust scientists or gardeners from across the country or your neighbor with perfect tomatoes. You can test it yourself. Choose one row of your vegetables this season. Treat them with the yeast mixture. Just a few steps away, leave another row with nothing but plain water. Give them both the same sunlight, the same care, the same love. Then simply watch, because the garden will answer the question for you. It always does. When you see the difference with your own eyes, when the treated plants grow fuller, when the fruit appears faster, when they stand taller and stronger, you'll know deep down that you have tapped into something real, something ancient, something alive. As we spend time tending our gardens, hands in the soil, eyes following the quiet rhythm of growth, we begin to understand that these spaces teach us far more than how to grow vegetables. They teach us about ourselves. They remind us of life's cycles. They show us the surprising ways something can awaken just when we thought it was long past its prime. Yeast, in all its simplicity, carries a profound truth. Even when it looks dry, old, or forgotten at the back of a drawer, all it really needs is a little warmth, a touch of sweetness, the right environment, and suddenly it springs back to life, ready to create something extraordinary. The same is true for us. We may be in our later years, but that doesn't mean our best seasons are behind us. With the right community, the right purpose, the right spark, we too can rise again. We can still inspire. We can still grow. We can still bring nourishment to the people around us, just like the living soil we nurture. So as the next growing season approaches, ask yourself, what will you feed your garden? Will you reach for another bottle of cold, lifeless chemicals? Or will you choose a living, breathing tonic that honors the soil and restores what time has taken away? If this journey brought you even a little clarity, a little joy, or a little hope for your garden, please subscribe to Backyard Crops. Share this with someone who may be searching for their own breakthrough. Leave a comment telling us what you're most excited to try. Together, we're building a community where harvests are abundant, wisdom is celebrated, and the lessons never truly end. Keep your hands in the soil. Keep your heart turned towards the sunlight. May your garden and your spirit continue to thrive. Happy growing with Adam Grove and Backyard Crops.